What improved your quality of life so much you wish you did it sooner? Understanding that working with someone smarter than you made it a privilege and an opportunity to learn and hone your own skills, not a threat. If you're the smartest person in the room, you want to spend some time in other rooms. Blackout curtains, absolutely life-changing. Quitting that toxic job, I was fired from my miserable job. Was upset for a while, but honestly, I thank them for it. Being intentional about where my mind is going and whether it's constructive or not. Can you expand a bit on this? I feel like I dwell on negative thoughts too much and just don't know how to redirect. That's helped me when I catch I'm doing this is turn whatever I'm negative about into a thankfulness exercise. Egg, goddamn traffic. Does no one know how to drive? To I'm not in a rush and it's a beautiful day. I'm thankful this person not turning right after stopping at a red when they can and should for slowing me down and letting me appreciate the sun. Not always easy, and I don't always succeed. It's practice though, and I'm getting better at it. It helps adjust my perspective to something that at least feels less shitty. I feel like people commend me on being positive, but then roll their eyes at me when I talk about mindset. Mindset it quite literally everything, and dwelling in negativity will always drown you. Everyone goes through shit. I let myself feel the bad feeling, but don't let myself dwell on it. The more you think positive, the easier it gets. It sounds cliche, but diet and exercise doesn't have to even be extreme. Just eat more fruits and vegetables and try to do something active every day. Buying a dishwasher. IDK a single person who enjoys doing dishes, but I had no clue just how much I would enjoy having one. Takes 5 minutes of my time to load the thing, and it does the dishes for me while I watch TV, game, LOL. Stopped putting so much weight on what other people thought. I started this sentence reading weight like pounds, but I like your answer. Not drinking alcohol. Stopped at 44, should have stopped at 24. Thanks to people like you wishing you'd quit earlier, I took the advice and quit in my 20s. Thank you. Losing weight, I lost nearly 70 pounds. It transformed my life. I've lost 50 pounds in total. I can finally breathe and think clearly. Taking vitamin D every day literally changed my life. For anyone considering this, it's not an overnight thing. It took a solid 3 months for me to even notice a difference, and it wasn't oh wow, I feel great. It was waking up one morning and just being able to get out of bed without thinking about it. Having just a little better sleep without trying. Having just a little more energy that gave me the strength to do the other things that made me feel better. And one day I just noticed I felt so much better. It went from being under a wet, heavy blanket to just a heavy blanket to just a blanket. If you also start taking fish oil or an omega-3, PSA it can mess with your dreams. Gave me nightmares at first, and I had to switch to taking it in the morning. Drinking water, washing my face every day, flossing every day, and not starving myself. I'm so smug when I floss. I think about how proud the dentist is going to be when I tell them at my next checkup that I floss every day. I'm like the kid that gives the teacher an apple. Getting diagnosed and medicated, sometimes you can't just bootstrap yourself into a happy, productive person. Breaking up with my ex, I wish I did it back in 2023. I stayed with my ex for nearly 4 years, but I saw the first red flag about 3 months in. I sometimes wonder what would have happened if I had loved myself enough to leave right then. I am a software developer, so I spend over 8 hours a day looking at a screen. I started having severe tiredness, depression, and this lasted a couple of years. No matter how much sleep I got, it didn't help. I became irritable and eventually started having headaches. I thought it was sinus headaches because it felt similar. Then I had severe migraines. I went to the doctor and everything came back normal. Eventually I found out that it could be eye strain. I started resting my eyes every 30 minutes, focusing on something around 20 feet away. If I am using my phone, I use it a reasonable distance away. A few days later, all of my symptoms disappeared, replacing my Amazon Basics office chair with something that actually offers lumbar support. Thanks for watching. Share in the comments what improved your life. Thanks for subscribing. Bye.